Welcome back to another episode of Boom and Bust. I'm your host Terry, and today continuing our All-Pro film session series. And today we got Mitchell Schwartz, right tackle from Kansas City Chiefs. So again, going through the first team All-Pro roster, looking at some film and kind of breaking down, talking about what I see, but then also just confirming All-Pro status or not at the end of it. Mitchell Schwartz, don't really recall scouting him coming out of college. So, again, I try to do a quick little breakdown of them as a prospect from my perspective. But some guys I just didn't get to, depending on the year and then how far down they were on kind of the rankings and whatnot. So, don't have a whole bunch to talk about Mitchell Schwartz as far as what I saw coming in. We know he's been a steady veteran for a while now with the NFL. And so definitely going to be excited to see what on tape he has that, kind of makes him stand out. And so for offensive linemen, of course, there's no real offensive lineman highlights. So we're going to be looking at some touchdowns from Kareem Hunt, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, and breaking down Schwartz's role on those touchdowns. So anyway, let's go ahead and get this started. And we'll be starting at week 17 and then working our way down. So again, these should all be touchdowns of different varieties. And so Schwartz will be the right tackle, number 71. So right now we're empty. And I guess we could look at both. All right, so pass rush, we got a vertical bomb to Tyreek Hill. Out of empty, so you got no extra protection, 5-man protection. So we'll kind of watch Schwartz on the defense's left side, the right side. So he engages, gets his hands, repositions right under the chest. Now, that's what I really like. That's the first thing that stands out. Besides this ability to kick back or anything else, the first thing I notice is the hands. And so right when he engages, he relocates his hands right under the chest. And again, hands under the chest is where you're going to be the most powerful, have the most control. And a lot of times linemen get lazy, defense and offense, and just keep their hands around the shoulders. And that's an easy way to get bull rushed by somebody strong. And so with offensive linemen, D-line, they're going to try to swipe your hands away. You got to reposition and get back to the dominant spot. So here we got a run. Again, that was none of those guys on the list, but whatever. Still a touchdown. So there's a little bit of a delay. You'll see Schwartz pop up kind of like it's a pass play. Pass rushers kind of unsure. Then he just walls them off. Now, I will say I don't like that at the end. Eventually, you first put your butt to the play, but then eventually, now the butt's to the play at first, and then eventually the defender's going to keep working towards the play. You got to move your feet as a lineman and stay in front of him and put your butt to the play, especially when you got a guard next to you. It should be easy for you to congest that. But he doesn't, and then his guy's able to work all the way towards the ball. I mean, he ends up getting in, but still, I would like to see him finish that play a little better. All right, so still against the Raiders. Bunch of touchdowns against the Raiders. So they're in the red zone. 3-point stance. And that's an easy play. He's on the backside of a reverse. So you don't really have to do much but seal off the play. And again, I don't know who this player is, but it's an easy job. But let's say you got a real type athlete. If you just let them go and don't do your job, they could end up making that play if Tyreek doesn't get to the edge. But he does. All right, so against Baltimore Ravens, in the red zone, pass touchdown, flag route to Travis Kelce. And so giving Mahomes a little bit of time. Interesting back pedal. It's not really a kick slide. And so interestingly enough, Schwartz is the one that gives up the most pressure on this one. Isn't redirected by the initial bull rush. He still is able to anchor and hold his ground, but you can see giving up some spots, but ends up anchoring down after he gets help from the guard. So not the best, and I would say the issue with him on that play was his feet. He wasn't kick sliding. He wasn't in balance. He was just kind of hopping and backpedaling. I didn't really like that. All right, so a red zone play action. Back against the Raiders. All right, with the celebration. So we got two guys on the end outside of Schwartz. And again, it's a play action one way. Comes back the other way. So you're going to step down aggressively like it's a run. Doing his job. That was a little bit of a block in the back. But nothing too fancy from the lineman there. So against Oakland again. In the white zone this time. So they do a rollout. Now, what they do is they bring in a running back or a H-back to help block on the edge. So now Schwartz isn't solely responsible for blocking on the edge of the running back. Because in this rollout, that's where you're going. And so you want to make sure you keep that sealed and nobody's attacking your quarterback. So Schwartz kind of sets him up, lets him come upfield, steps outside, does a good job, but you still got the running back to help out in case he leaks. And again, you want to see him keep moving his feet, a little bit of a block in the back, but I would say a very good job initially stepping out and making sure Mahomes had the edge. So against the Rams, there's a lot of touchdowns in this game, almost in the red zone. And got a nice little passing touchdown. Definitely a good amount of time in the pocket for Mahomes. So let's see Schwartz on the right side. He steps out aggressively to the lineman. And that's a great job. Great job to move his feet, because if he didn't move his feet, that would have been a hold. So that's a really good job. Stepping out and attacking, but with balance. If you step out and just lunge, then a good D lineman is going to go right past you. But he steps, gathers himself, and uses his extension. So now they both punch each other, and he's able to control it rather than stepping and lunging at him. And he would have got beat pretty easily. So that's a good job there of using your length and, of course, the shrink. I think he's pretty good. So far, what I've seen, he's pretty good at anchoring down when they try to power against him, even if his feet don't start off the best. So we got a bunch of play actions to a screen. And that's not your typical screen. That one took a lot longer to set up. So let's see what Schwartz got here. Just keeping Sue out of the play. And really, Sue on the edge isn't really hard. He's not an edge rusher. But just doing his job, letting him get upfield, understanding what the play was. In the white zone again. Got a pass. And 58, whoever that is, didn't want any... He didn't want any smoke with Schwartz right there. He didn't even try to pass rush. I don't know if he was in a spy, but yeah, he didn't really give Schwartz anything right there. But again, Schwartz has this interesting. Oh, sorry, that was my speaker. He has this interesting, it's not even a kick slide. He just kind of stands up and backs up, and not sure why he does that. And apologize if you hear fireworks in the background. It's the 4th of July. All right, so we'll see on this play. Out of 3-point stance, again, that play action. Stepping down. Making sure you secure. Now move your feet. Chase that. There you go. That's better. I mean, he still got beat, but I want to see him finish plays more than I've seen him so far. All right, so we're against the Cardinals now. Motion to empty. So again, 5-man protection. Ooh, kind of close there. I'm not sure who he's. I think it's Marcus Golden, who's a pretty good pass rusher. So a little bit of a kick slide. Now he's standing up again, but he uses his extension well. Leans on him well. And that's a good job there. I wouldn't complain too much about that. The one thing I like is, though, even though he's standing up, he's not leaning. So he gets up straight, but he's not leaning on these blocks. He's using good balanced extension and then uses his weight to lean on that arc so he could push the pass rusher off his spot. So showing really good balance, good core strength. Now we got another screen that takes a little bit to set up. But Schwartz, again, you'll see him anchor. And that's the best part I've been liking so far. You'll see him anchor against that power and immediately shut it down. And that takes strength to do that. And that takes good hip bend in your hips to sink, get low, and then anchor and absorb that hit. And you got to be pretty strong in the core, too. So I really, really enjoy it when you have a tackle that can counter power like that. All right. Another passing touchdown. And what you kind of see is Schwartz using his length. Again, standing up a little too high. So he's late with his feet, but uses his extension and his weight again to lean on the defender and keep him off the track to the quarterback. So definitely didn't start off the right way, but I would say finished that play very well. And again, moving your feet, even though if you move your feet to begin with, you won't have to chase him, but that's just kind of what it was. All right, so we got a run play here. Like a actual power play, I should say. Not one of those zone plays. So they're going to go head up. Big on big. Hands underneath in the chest. Gets a little bit of movement off the line of scrimmage, but puts his butt to the play. Nice power. Going against the Browns yet again. A lot of touchdowns. Let's see, looks like we had a passing play. Now he's got a guy lined up over him and outside of him. Let's see what blocking protection they go with. All right, so he's got the edge guy, balance, not overcommitted. Nice extension. Hands are a little wide, but I think at that point he just knows he's a lot stronger than that guy. And sometimes what you get throughout the game, you're like, okay, I could get away without, having perfect technique here or there because I know I'm stronger than this guy. Got a running touchdown. It's a nice little block, too. So Schwartz going to seal the edge on this one. And it looks like the defense got caught in the wrong thing. Yep, because they slant the other way. Now Schwartz's job is easy. Put his butt to that place, pin him, and pinning that in. And probably could have worked up to the linebacker, to be honest, but still a good block. And the defense just made it hard on themselves. They just got caught in the wrong play. So we'll look at a few more here. So against Denver. So now it's Von Miller. So now we get to see another All-Pro. Let's see how well he does. Looks like he gets put in the backfield a little bit, but he has more of a kick slide at least. So, yep, more of a traditional kick slide. Good space, good balance. Now that that was just him losing the hands battle. As I said before, hands in the chest is the power position. And you'll see Von Miller just gets his hands out quicker. And he's got quick hands. So as a tackle, you don't want to reach and try to lunge too early. But you do want to be able to win the hands battle, because then Von was in his chest and it was kind of could have been all she wrote, but the pass got out quicker. So we got a little inside shovel. Ooh. Kareem Hunt. All right, so let's see the blocking on that one. So we got double team with Schwartz in the guard. They pinned him really well, actually. They got him all the way down the line in a new gap, so that's a great job. Great job out of those two. And Kareem does the rest. And all right, so that's it for Mitchell Schwartz. Linemen's kind of tough. You don't see a bunch of linemen as far as their play. But I know what type linemen should look like. But I'm going to give them all pro status simply because there's a right tackle. Right tackle's a lot less competition. Left tackles, there's some amazing left tackles out there. You got to be really versatile to be all pro at left tackle. So I'll give him a all pro confirmation. He's got good power, uses good hand technique, like to see him better with his feet and his kick slide, but it's all good. So go to the comment section, let me know what you think about Mitchell Schwartz. Share it around, get the conversation started. Thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you for listening.